the three little pigs. Once upon a time, when pigs spoke in rhyme, and monkeys chewed tobacco, and hens took snuff to make them tough, and ducks went quack, quack, quack. Oh, oh, there was an old sow who had three little pigs. Now, this wise old mother pig knew the time had come for her children to go out on their own. And even though it saddened her greatly to do so, she let them go. And even though it saddened her greatly to do so, she packed each one of them a lunch and sent the three pigs off to seek their fortune. Wow! Now, even though it saddened her greatly to do, she packed each one a lunch, and Tiny Eyes wept salty tears as the first little pigs left the home comforts for the tough and the shy. And there was a final oink and a sob, and each one walked through the gate and out into the wise, wise world. When the three little pigs left home, soon a man met them on a road who was carrying a load of straw. "Please, Mr. Man, please, please, will you give me your straw so I can build myself a home?" said the pig. The man did so, and the pig set to work and building himself a house of straw, and when he was finished, he was so pleased with himself that he sat in the shade of a tree and enjoyed his lunch. Well, suddenly a wolf came down the road, and in an instant that pig was in his house, and beside, as the door bolted and snapped shut, the pig breathed a sigh of relief. But there was a loud knock on the door, and suddenly he heard the wolf say, little pig, let me in." To which the pig answered, "Not by the hair on my chin and chin." "Well," said the wolf, showing his big teeth, "then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." Then the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew that house in. And luckily the little pig safely scrambled through whirling straw, and he quickly ran off across the countryside. Now, meanwhile, the second little pig, he met a man on the way to the road who was carrying a bundle of sticks. "Please, Mr. Man," the little pig said, "will you give me your bundle of sticks so I can build me a house?" The man did so, and the pig set to work at once, and he built himself a handful of house on the sticks, and when he was finished, he made himself a hammock, and he lay down in the shade to enjoy his lunch. Suddenly, his brother appeared, running up the hill and waving his arms and waving them at the wolf. And he cried close behind him, and no sooner was the two little pigs scrambled into the house of the six than indeed that wolf appeared. And there was a loud knock on the door, and the wolf said, little pig, let me in." To which the pigs replied, "Not by the hair on my chins." "Well," said the wolf, "I will huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in, and well, luckily, those three little pigs scurried through the swirling sticks, and together they scampered onto the countryside. Meanwhile, The third little pig met the man on the road who was carrying a load of bricks. "Please, Mr. Man," the little pig said, "will you give me those bricks so that I can build my house?" The man did so, and the little pig immediately set to work. As soon as he could, he built himself a house of bricks, and when he was finished, he was quite happy with himself, and he sat down to enjoy his life before beginning his garden outside. Well, suddenly his little three brothers could be seen running down the road, waving their arms and calling to him, "Drop that hoe! Drop it! Do not stay! The wolf will blow your house away." The third little pig said, "Come inside, double quick. My little house is made of brick." In a moment, all three pigs stood behind the locked door of the brick house. And indeed, after a very short time, that wolf appeared. There was a loud knock on the door. He said, little pigs, you let me in." To which the pigs replied, "Not by hair on my chinny chin chin." "Well," said the wolf, "then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed. But he soon learned that with all of his huffing and puffing, he could so much as even loosen a shingle off the little brick house that was built by the pig. "Little pigs," clutching his voice, said the wolf, "I know where there's a wonderful field of turnips." Aha!